Good. So welcome, sir. What's your name?
My name is Arthur Tankwa.
Okay, how do they spell Arthur?
Arthur.
Okay. And where do you come from, please?
I come from Douala.
Okay. And how long have you lived in Douala?
Since my birth, so I think I can say 16 years. Because after my 16 years, I get to Yaoundé.
Okay. You came to Yaoundé?
I came to Yaoundé, yes.
Okay. So, what do you like about Douala?
Douala is the right place to have some activities, and there are many, how to say it, place for leisure, or
many places.
There are many places for leisure or funny places. So I think these are the two things I really appreciate in Douala.
Okay. And in Douala, in which neighborhood do you live?
I live in Dogbong. It's a fine neighborhood because there are no really disturbing things like bars or pubs. I think is another way to say it.
So Dogbong is a quiet neighborhood.
Yes, it's very quiet.
And it's not noisy.
Yes, it's especially noisy. Yes, especially in Douala where there are many noisy places. So I think it's a right place to be. It's a nice place to be.
Do you have some neighbors that you know?
Yes, I have some neighbors I know. I have a thing. There are three. I can say there are 2 or 3. I am really close to them. We can pay visits each other, or so another thing like that. So we are really close. So
how often do you visit them?
When I was living in Douala, I have one of them. I regularly visit him because he was really close to my house. But the another one was really far, so it was a bit difficult to pay them to pay him a visit. So that's it.
Okay. And what kinds of problems do you think neighbors in Dogbong can have between themselves, amongst themselves? What kind of problems?
I think the first problem in neighborhood is gossip. So there are many people who like to talk about their neighbor in their back. So, but a part of that, there are no really problem, I think, in my neighborhood, because even the thief, there are no really thieves in this neighborhood. I think for all the time I was in this neighborhood, I only hear like 2 or 3 times.
I only heard
like 2 or 3 times he stole, still in the house. So.
Okay. So how do you think neighbors can help each other? Even if they are not friends?
I think when we are with a neighborhood, you can resolve enough problem in the neighborhood. Like when you have electricity problem in the neighborhood, you can gather and have and find a solution for the problem. Like it can be to call an NEO to come and repair
to come.
to come and repair the pole who has the problem. But if you are alone, it is difficult to make them move to come to in the neighborhood. So I think it's one even when you want to arrange a road, when a road is bad, you want to arrange it. When you are alone, the charge is very consequence for you alone. So that's what I think.
So thank you, Mr. Arthur Tankwa, for your answers, your reply to the first part. The second part now, in this part, I will give you a cue card, and you will use this cue card. You will read what is written on it. You have 1 minute to prepare your answer, and then you will speak for between 1 and 2 minutes uninterrupted. Are you okay with that?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay, so next, I start timing now. After 1 minute, I will let you know when you have to start speaking. Thank you.
Okay.
Good. So, the floor is yours, Mr. Tankwa.
Okay. Thank you for giving me the floor. About a questionnaire I answered, I think one thing I remember is the day we have a questionnaire about the good time to get married. So if it was young Christians who came before in front of me and asked me to answer a sheet with some questions like my name, my gender, and my status, like I single, married, or something like that. So after answer it, I was asking the question. No, yes, I was asked the question about my vision. My vision on the marriage, the marriage, the good moment to get married. If it is when you have enough money, or just to be enough spiritual, or or when I want, even there is no really a condition to it. When I want, I get married if I want. So I think the main issue about the marriage is to be financial independent. So I think it is not really good to take woman or take a girl when you are not really financially independent. So it was I was thinking about, but about my feeling when they asked me the question is like I was a bit how to say it, shy, or yes, I was a bit shy because it was the first time I have this kind of questions. Okay. So that's it.
So according to you, Mr. Tankwa, what organizations are interested in asking people's opinion?
I think there are NGOs and association like even like Christian association, like religious association, because this helps for NGOs to know which are the problems in a country or a town, or and know how to intervene in the place. And
Okay.
for the religious association, I think it's just to know which are the problems of the people. It can be the youngs, the olds. So with this kind of questionnaire, they know how what are the problems and how to help people. So I think it's
Okay.
more
But
this kind.
do you think that questionnaires are a good way, or surveys are a good way of finding out people's opinions?
Yes, I think it's a good way, but it has a limit, because when you ask some question in front of a person, it can be like shy, like what how I was in the day, so he can pass the question or even lie, because he doesn't want to answer the question, because it's a bit tricky question or something like that.
And embarrassing.
But embarrassing question. So, but I think it's a good way. But if the formula is online, or like you can answer it in front of a telephone or a computer, it's better.
Okay. So, uh, what about people? What can push somebody not to give his real opinion in a survey or questionnaire? What
Uh,
can make somebody not to tell you the truth?
okay, like I had said, like I had said,
No, like I
the
said, like I said.
like I said, okay, like I said, the main problem is about the embarrassing question. So if the
Embarrassing.
question, yes, embarrassing question. So if the question touch the privacy, or like a bit how to say, the question, when the question take the privacy, I think the people are really uh, very close, so they cannot be open and answer the question freely.
Okay,
So that's it.
good. Thanks very much, Mr. Tankwa, for giving us your true opinion. Good. Is it a good idea for you, for example, if we want to find out some information about something happening in a school, imagine when you were still a student, do you think that it's a good idea to ask students for their opinion? And can you rely on that opinion?
Um, it depends on the subject. Like if you came in front of of a child or a student, you ask him some question about uh, just the life in the school, I think he can easily answer. But when it came on a subject like sex or thing like that, they can easily lie, because there are some students they do some such kind of thing where they don't want to the other person to know, because they know. So I think it's not it depends on the subject.
Okay,
It's
so
us.
the subject or the topic is important.
Yes.
Okay, because what you wanted really to say was it depends on the topic, not
On the topic.
sujet. You're doing mutamutage there.
Okay.
Okay,
The
so
topic.
thanks very much, Mr. Tankwa. How do you feel after this test, after this speaking exercise?
Mm, I think that I really need know how to manage to convert my French in English, because well, I have the answer in my mind, but when it come to translate it, it becomes very a bit tricky. So that's it.
Okay. Good. So let's begin with the pronunciation problems. That word is finance. So it's financial.
I say financial.
Financially. Financially.
Yes.
Then
Yes.
what you were saying, the formula, c'est la formule. Not formulaire.
Ah.
So for un formulaire is a form.
Yes, a form.
So fill a form means remplir un formulaire. Fill a form.
Okay.
Remplir un formulaire. Then that word in English, I've said it several times. You remember, but you forget. It is EM is M, not M. In French, it's embarrassant. In English, it's embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
Embarrassment. Embarrassment. And then, like I earlier said, comme j'ai dit plus tôt.
Okay.
Like I earlier said, and then you continue. What I just then concerning your problem with mutamutage, you see, it is because you don't practice often to speak naturally in English. That is the problem. There's no other problem. You don't need to be translated. I don't translate in my head when I'm speaking to you in French, when I'm speaking to you in English or in Pidgin. Those are the, or in my language. So I speak 4 languages fluently. And the best one is Pidgin. Very nice.
I see.
Please, Pidgin is a language that is spoken in all Anglophone African countries. Why? Because when the colonial master came, he came with people from, so for example, if they want to come and colonize your village, what's the name of your village?
Balengu.
Good. If they want to come and colonize Balengu, they will not come with Balengu people. They will bring other black people to come and colonize you with them. So those black people, those other black people don't speak your language. And that is how, for black people to communicate amongst themselves from other parts of the continent. So they will bring somebody like what the French did here in Cameroon. They mostly went to Chad and brought Chadians to come and, or not people from the north. And then when they go to the north, they bring people from the south. I don't know whether you understand.
Yes,
it's called divide and rule. Divide and rule. So, diviser pour mieux régner. Divide and rule. So that is why Pidgin was created. For black people amongst themselves to communicate behind the back of the white man.
I see.
So my suggestion to you is, please, you are in Melen. If I'm not mistaken, you live in Melen, you work in Melen.
Yes.
The majority of people around Melen are Anglophones.
Yes, I know some Anglophones.
You have to go to them. You have to frequent their restaurants where they eat. For you, you have to go there and meet the people who work there. And when you go to eat every day, you have to discuss with them. Please tell me how they cook this arrow. This restaurant business. And then you make friends there. Especially girls. For a young man like you. The engineer is directly thinking about Marriage. No. Oh.
No, I didn't even think about marriage. I can make a girl a friends, a girl. I make friends with girl, friendship with girl. Yes.
That's it. When you go there, sometimes you eat. Yeah, you can offer her a drink. The person who sells there, and then you have 15 minutes regularly to speak with her. Maybe to even chat on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp when you cannot go there. I don't know whether you understand my problem.
Yes, I see.
Yes. Please,
I even have
on Saturday,
my friends.
Look at it, engineer. On Saturday afternoon, all Anglophone churches have many people there. Youth groups, youth groups, adult groups, mothers groups, etc. So you just make your program that between 3 and 6 every Saturday, you are going to an Anglophone church, not to go and be a Christian, but to interact with Anglophones.
Yes, I see.
And when you go there, even if they are speaking Pidgin, all Anglophones who speak Pidgin speak English, good English. Pidgin is our national language. That is the national language of all Anglophone countries. If you go to Nigeria, you will hear Pidgin. Ghana, Pidgin. Kenya, Pidgin. So please, that is what will solve your problem, not that you don't have, because you see, practice makes perfect. Plus, on s'entraîne, mieux on devient. That is why you see Ronaldo. He's the best. You see guys like Mohamed Salah. They are different from the people they started playing football with because they practice extra. So please, you have Polytech. There are Anglophones there. You have, so from up there, how do they call it? Carrefour Emia, down to BMRC, Anglophones free of charge. Free. So please, that is a major problem. But what I know now is that from this speaking, you are fluent. You don't hesitate. The time you take to think, to do translation in your head has reduced. So that's already a good thing. You speak now fluently, and then you don't, there is not too much French. There's not too much French, like this is your formula. Just give, comme c'est en français, en anglais c'est ah. Okay, so it is a form. Okay, so let me stop this one, and then we come back for the next test.
Okay.
So that I should put it online easily. That's the first problem, because all these videos I'm recording for you, not for me.
Yes, I already opened one of the videos.
Good. So